Hello and welcome to Former Fundy, a channel where a former fundamentalist, evangelical, pentecostal, Christian, and former missionary just shares shit. And this is what's going on in my life right now. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Mine was interesting. My mom decided to pull me aside away from everyone else to have the talk, the drinking your own pee talk. Now, for any of you who have been watching my videos up until this point, you will know that my brother had revealed to me about a few weeks ago, that my parents had started drinking their own urine and that they believed that urine was the homeopathic cure for about everything. So I already knew that this was happening, but it's still awkward to be pulled aside alone to have this talk. Now, my dad had already sort of spilled the beans. When he had picked us up from the airport, we had stopped at Waffle House for breakfast, and we were just having varied conversation, and it came up that I had to stop eating bananas. And the reason I had stopped eating bananas was because I was experiencing something called oral allergy syndrome. It's where your body gets confused and it thinks that one of the enzymes in the food that you're eating is pollen, and so it reacts. So when I eat bananas, about 1 to 5 minutes later, I feel like my mouth is full of a million paper cuts. And so even though I love the taste of bananas, I enjoy eating them, I had to stop because the pain afterwards was not worth it. And after I had explained this to my dad, which it wasn't the first time, he doesn't really remember things that don't directly relate to him when you tell him, so that's pretty par for the course. But he says, well, there's a way to fix that if you're intentional about it. And I was like, oh yeah, really? Already kind of suspecting where this was going, thanks to the intel I had received earlier from my brother. And then he said, it has to do with a trick that Gandhi used to do every day. And yep, there it was. Because Gandhi, one of the things he is known to have done was drink a glass of his own urine every morning. And so I tried to brush it off and tease. He had this big cup with him that he had brought into the Waffle House, and I was like, oh no, there's not pee in it, is there? I also told him that maybe Gandhi isn't his best source of information or his best source of wisdom, considering that Gandhi also forced naked virgins to sleep with him at night. He would do it to test his celibacy. When I brought that up, my dad brought up Abishag, which was the woman who King David slept with in his old age to keep him warm. When King David was very old, he could not keep warm even when they put covers over him. So his attendants said to him, let us look for a young virgin to serve the king and care for him. She can lie beside him so that our lord the king may keep warm. They then searched throughout Israel for a beautiful young woman and found Abishag, a Shunammite, and brought her to the king. The woman was very beautiful. She took care of the king and waited on him, but the king had no sexual relations with her, probably because he was old as fuck and couldn't get it up. So yeah, my dad just brought up that, implying that, oh yeah, that practice is fine. That's cool. That's normal. Who wouldn't want to share a bed with a sexy virgin lady? So anyway, on our last day there, my mom pulls me aside under the guise of, we didn't get to spend any time alone while you were here, and I think to myself, that was by design, because you were an absolute piece of trash the last time we were alone together in this house. You can see more of that in my 10 things I regret video, I believe. But essentially, my mom, the last time we were there to visit, sat me down and she cried, saying that the Lord had revealed to her how difficult my life was going to be now that I was marrying my husband, Alex, and that it was so awful that it put her in physical pain and she was vomiting all night. Which, funnily enough, earlier in that trip, my husband had gotten food poisoning and had spent a night up in terrible pain vomiting. So, maybe he didn't have food poisoning. Maybe it was the stomach flu and then she caught it. So, anyway, back to our actual story. So she pulls me aside into her room, wanting to have a little alone time and wanting to take pictures of our hands. Which, okay. So first, she has us both sit on this large chair that she uses for prayer, which there's plenty of room for the two of us to sit next to each other on with our feet up, and she puts a pillow down and for a nice background, and then on top of the pillow she puts her Bible and grabs my hand to put it on the Bible with her. And at first I have this like feeling of, is she gonna try to make me swear on something, or does she think I'm demon possessed somehow now and she thinks that touching the Bible would produce a reaction? But no, it wasn't that. She just wanted to take these hand pictures of our hands, and she, I guess, thought that was a nice background. But after that, she has this whole preamble of, now try to have an open mind. I know this is going to be really weird to wrap your mind around, but just know that I've done all my research, and don't think badly of me, blah blah blah. And I just know that now this is gonna be the talk all the way to the airport, because that evening my little brother was going to take Alex and I back to the airport. And so my mom's assumption was that I'd be talking about this talk that I had with her on that whole car trip with my brother and husband, which little did she know, the three of us had already been having that talk our whole stay, because we all already knew. She then pulls out her phone and opens the Notes app, and at the top it just says benefits of free therapy and this long list of every ailment she used to have that have been cured by doing this strange but very natural, time-tested thing that she was building up to. And she eventually said that it was a urine therapy, and then she instructed me to do my own research, but for that research to not use Google, to specifically use DuckDuckGo, search the benefits of urine therapy. I always want to just type pee therapy. So I did. And these results don't make me feel confident. I mean, this first one. 15 health benefits of urine therapy. Number 8. Shocking. So you open it up. This is the top result. As you can see, extremely trustworthy. It says scientific checked. So it passed quality checked by advisor. Read our quality control guidance for more info. But it's guidelines, not guidance. Guidelines for more info. So let me read a couple of choice excerpts from this, the first result about the health benefits of urine therapy. In this modern era, people have tried many ways to solve disease problem and find new cure that is more effective than the conventional medication. I am not making fun of people who are still learning English. However, I am making fun of the fact that this is the top result of the health benefits of urine therapy. Maybe it sounds unbelievable, but yes, it's happened and being used by several persons to overcome several health problems. Doctor use it. A doctor in Russia has treated many people with urine therapy to cure illness. Some Western soldiers also believed that they can survive in wilderness by drinking their own urine and it also being rubbed to skin to prevent from illness. Urine therapy may be promoted since a man in Cairo survived after being trapped in an earthquake for 3 days and he drank his own urine. When he was evacuated, the team found him in excellent healthy condition. Other story also mentioned that an athlete who lost in Sahara Desert survived in dangerous and dry area by drinking his own urine, since he lack of liquid, and guess he was so healthy after it. Let's see what the number 8 shocking benefit is. Fight cancer. Wow. Okay. Cure acne. Prevent hair loss.
Rub it all in my hair.
You just get stranger and stranger and stranger.
Relieve sting and burning wound. You may ever heard about people who get stung by bee jellyfish.
Hear the difference? Jellyfish. Jellyfish. It's subtle, but it could save your life. Jellyfish.
Or stingray.
Big ol' nasty fish.
People used to rub the wound of the sting with urine if they don't finf any other antiseptic around them. 12. Keep young skin. A practitioner of urine therapy, Sylvia Chandler, claimed that after decades of drinking her own pee, she got moist and firm skin. She also said that she never visited any doctor from long time since she started to consume her own urine. Other benefits to prevent some diseases. This is just... So that same day, presumably right after our talk, but I didn't see it till later, she sent me a link to this book on archive.org, Your Own Perfect Medicine by Martha M. Christie. The incredible proven natural medical cure that medical science has never revealed. I skimmed a little bit of it, and it reminds me so very much of the talk that my mom had with me, because this author was suffering from a lot of things, allegedly, and she started drinking her own pee, and it fixed all of it, apparently. So I may do a video later spending more time on this book, looking and digging into the author, but it's sad because my parents are now very clearly deep into this, and I'm not looking forward to the follow-up later where my mom asks me if I'd done any research on this at all and if I'm considering doing it myself. Ugh. I also found out while I was there that they are using ivermectin horse paste. Also that it is apple flavored and apparently disgusting. And as you may recall, or maybe you don't know, from my last video, I was quite sick last week. And I went and visited them, and when they found out that I was sick, my mom pulls out medication that was prescribed to her of ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine and said that I should take a course of those and that I'll feel better. both of those were part of the right wing, these are miracle cures for COVID, which they're not. And I wasn't sick with COVID. I had already told them that I was very sick, that I had been diagnosed with some type of, viral sinus infection and bronchitis, but that I had tested negative for COVID and the flu. So apparently my mom and dad think that a combination of ivermectin, which is used to purge parasites, usually in horses, sometimes in people, and hydroxychloroquine, which is typically a malaria prophylactic, are the two perfect medicines anytime you're sick at all, period, full stop. So, to all of you who are still here, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me vent about my interesting Thanksgiving. I hope you had a better one. Bye.